What's up guys, Toast here, Get Burnt. Today I'm going to be doing my official review of Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F, and this is going to be the spoiler-free version, so it's going to be okay for those of you who haven't seen the movie yet. I'm just going to be talking about mainly the big parts of the movie. I'm not going to be talking about them in great detail. I will talk about the ending, but I won't talk about it in great detail either, so it's going to be very vague, but I will be talking about it spoiler-free for you guys who haven't seen the movie yet. So without further ado, let's get into this. So Resurrection F, in my personal opinion, as a whole, was actually a solid Dragon Ball Z movie. I had some little kinks here and there, because there were some things that were actually wrong with the movie, but I do think that they did make a solid movie overall. One of my main gripes of the movie was kind of all of the CGI. I mean, in Battle of Gods, there was barely any CGI. I mean, there was a few scenes of CGI, but when it did happen, you either barely noticed it or something that was really awesome was happening, so you really just didn't care. But here, it kind of happens in the middle of nowhere. I mean, in some of the big fights, it just happens like really just out of nowhere, and some like CGI just starts happening, and it kind of makes me a little bit uncomfortable. The Frieza soldiers thing, I kind of understood, because Frieza soldiers themselves, since there are so many of them, I really was expecting them to be CGI made, especially since they were already looked CGI in the trailers, so I had no problem with that. But when the main fight scenes, I really did have some problems with the CGI, because it was a lot of slow fighting with the CGI there, which just didn't feel correct. So that is really just one of my main gripes of the movie. If they kind of let up on the CGI there, I think that it would have been a much better experience, especially because it was kind of trying to morph the CGI along with the normal animation, and since the CGI runs at 60 frames per second, you kind of saw the CGI move faster than the normal animation. So you'd see like someone in the background like descending or something like that, and they're going like, extremely fast downward, even though they're not supposed to be going at that speed, and everybody else is just like in the foreground as their normal frame rate. So it's kind of weird at some points in the movie they actually have some kind of weird thing with the FPS and everything like that with CGI. But as an overall experience, the movie was really good, because you know, most of the movie wasn't really affected by this. It was only in the main fight scenes where this sort of thing really happened, and obviously the Frieza soldiers part. And yeah, that's really it for the CGI gripe. And really for the English dub, which is what I watched, I didn't watch the Japanese version, because you know, the Japanese version, there was only like really one chance to see it in Japanese here, and I was not able to go to LA, so I did watch the English version, and I must say that everybody in the English version, in my personal opinion, did a fantastic job. Every single person, not one person in the entirety of the cast, I could say, did a bad job in their voice acting role. Everyone did a great job. So personally, I'll give the voice acting a 10 out of 10 here, which is funny because, you know, a lot of people have problems with dubs in anime and everything like that, but then for Dragon Ball, it really seems like it's always solid, especially here. Funimation has done a really great job in dubbing this movie, and I'm really excited to see their works in future products like Dragon Ball Super, so that's gonna be really nice. But yes, Funimation did an amazing job in my personal opinion. They made the movie extremely fun and nice to watch with all of their amazing voice actors. So yeah, that's really it for the dubbing part. Now in terms of the fight scenes, I will say that the fight scenes were actually really nice. Excluding the CGI, I will say that the fight scenes were really done well. I really think that it's great that they actually put longer fight scenes in here than Battle of Gods. Battle of Gods was somewhat of a more reintroduction into the Dragon Ball Z series, or movies at least, and everybody kind of had a problem with the fact that it was mostly comedy and less action, and here they kind of give you more action with comedy as well. A lot of people in my theater were laughing a lot because, you know, Jaco moments and all that stuff. There were just a lot of funny parts in the movie. The movie was actually a lot funnier in my personal opinion than Battle of Gods. A lot of the jokes really were more passable. They were a lot better. They were funnier. So that's just something that I think was really good. The comedy was much better, as well as the action was better in my personal opinion than Battle of Gods. Although I will say that there wasn't any like extreme like climax, like in Battle of Gods when Goku was trapped inside the rocks and he says, "I will not let you destroy my world." That was probably the most hyped part of Battle of Gods completely, and it was probably one of the most hyped parts in the Dragon Ball Z movies that I can think of. It was crazy, and in the theater I couldn't even imagine the kind of hype that circulated through the theater, but I was sadly never able to experience that. But here we really don't have that much of that in this movie. There really isn't a time where everything is extremely hyped up and things get crazy. I mean, the most crazy part is Frieza yelling, but that is really it. We have nothing really else, and it doesn't ever go up to the type of hype level that the Goku scream did in Battle of Gods. So I don't know, for some of you that may be somewhat of a problem. I know that some people do find that to be a little bit of a problem, because a lot of people really like to get excited in the theater when they watch a Dragon Ball Z movie. Here is just like mainly solid throughout the entire movie. They just try and make the entire movie really good instead of having an extremely hype moment. So that's really it for that. Personally, in this entirety for the movie as a whole, I do think that some scenes could have been longer, some fight scenes could have been longer. If you guys watch the movie, you probably know who I'm talking about. I really hope that one person's fight scene was longer. And for the ending, I personally, I know that a lot of people have a problem with the ending. I know a lot of my subs who have like talked to me on Twitter and everything like that, they say they hate the movie because of the ending. Personally, I don't have that big of a problem with it, only because the entire movie itself is solid. The ending itself, they did kind of called back to what happens in the end earlier in the movie, so it wasn't an ass pull really, so it kind of felt better in this for the English version. I don't know if they did in the Japanese version, but they did do it in the English, so it makes it a little bit better for me. In my personal opinion, it's not as much of an ass pull, so I think that it isn't as awful as an ending. I know that a lot of fans of certain characters would be unhappy with what happened, but I personally think that the ending itself was okay. It was kind of out of nowhere. You know, I'm really mixed about it. I think that, you know, the ending could have been better. I think there could have been probably a better ending, but here I know that a lot of you are really unhappy about the ending, and I'm sorry about that, but in my personal opinion, the entirety of the movie itself, besides the ending, is completely solid. There's nothing really wrong with the movie. A lot of people would not be happy because some of their favorite characters maybe got messed up in the movie, and maybe they didn't get justice done for them. So, you know, tell me what you guys think in the comments down below about the movie though. Try not to have spoilers in the comments down below, because this video is kind of meant for people who have not seen the movie yet and they want to go see the movie. So spoilers in the comments would probably be something that would kind of ruin it for a lot of them. So try to avoid spoilers in the comments down below, telling me what you think about the movie. Did you guys go see it? And if you did, tell me what you thought about it. Really see what you guys think in the comments down below. And yes, that has been my spoiler-free review. If I was gonna give this an actual number, which I hate giving things numbers because it's kind of tough. Sometimes some people just feel like, you know, 8 out of 10 is bad or 9 out of 10 is bad. It's really mixed because a lot of people have different opinions on the numbers. But personally, I would say that this was probably an 8.5 or 9 out of 10. It was really good. It was completely solid. Although at some parts of it, it was a little bit hiccupy with the CGI, and some parts of it for a lot of people were kind of ruined, and the ending overall was kind of weak. So that's personally what I think about Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F, the Revival of Frieza movie. Tell me what you guys thought in the comments down below though, as I said before. I really see what you guys think about the movie. And yes, that is really it for my review. I will be giving a spoiler review tomorrow, because, you know, that's kind of just going to be the video where a lot of you who haven't seen the movie yet, maybe if you guys see the movie tonight or anything like that, then maybe you can go watch that review tomorrow. And for those of you who are going to see it later this week, I would suggest you do not watch the spoiler video until you have seen the movie, because that is going to contain a lot of heavy information on Resurrection F. So yes, that is it for this video, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy it though. I will see you guys later. Make sure to subscribe if you're new, as well as leave a like down below if you guys enjoyed the video, and comment down below what you thought about Resurrection F. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Have a great day and peace out.